United never entrusted the penalties to a forward. It was always Graham Shaw that came up from left back.
Yeah, he missed quite a few as well.
In that
Not
book,
whilst I was watching.
You know who's got the best record, Keith, for United?
Yeah, Duffield, Peter Duffield.
You are 100% correct.
Really?
Yeah.
What's his record?
Perfect.
Really?
He's never missed.
Never missed.
I think of the ones that have scored and missed, I think Fred Furness had a good record.
All right.
what about Woody?
Didn't always take them.
No, and he didn't always score either.
He was better. He was better from 35 yards out.
He used to take a good corner.
Yeah.
I've seen him score from corners.
Yeah.
Outside of the foot job as well. Yeah.
Kenworthy could take a good penalty at times as well.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
What about at other end of town, John?
Norman Curtis.
Norman Curtis.
He used to
Yeah,
break
but
there.
No, Mark Smith. Mark Smith had a very good record.
but Norman Curtis, he'll have threatened goalkeeper if.
Excellent.
I saw Bronco Lane score a cracking penalty against DOS Utrecht in first cup. When we beat them 4-1 home and away.
Yeah.
Going back to Fred Furness, I once played against Fred Furness.
So did I, Paul.
Did you?
Yeah.
The first time I ever played in men's football, the captain took me to one side and he said, "You're playing against this bloke who used to play for United." He says, "I'll tell you now, if you get the ball past him, you won't go past him as well. You might get past him, but the ball won't. One thing's for certain, both of you won't."
Right.
I had a similar experience, Paul. I played against him. The first time I got the ball, I pushed the ball past him and got past him. It never happened again.
No.
The one and only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith, sorry, Keith.
Go on.
Do you remember the penalty kick at QPR taken by David Powell?
He was a
No.
good player. What a good player he was.
Well, we were 2-0 down with 2 minutes to go,
Oh, we drew 2-2.
and we never lost again the whole of the season.
Yeah.
And he became
David Powell,
a-
talking about pressure and stress, that was a pretty stressful situation for David Powell. What a very good player he was.
He was a good player.
And
He got injured, didn't he? He got a
He did.
serious
Yeah.
injury.
Yes, serious injury, yeah.
Yeah, he was going to be a top quality player.
He became a top quality policeman when he
Yes.
retired from football.
Did he?
Yes.
Going back to that penalty that Kevin Pressman scored at Wolves, that made it 3-0 to Wednesday. We'd taken 3, they'd taken 2, and we lost the shootout.
Oh,
Chris Waddle missed.
Never.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Can't believe that.
Over the
3-0
ball.
up. You're 3-0 up away at Wolves on penalties and you lose, yeah.
Wow.
Can't believe it.
Another
Right,
happy day.
Don Givens penalty then, Keith.
Oh,
The best penalty ever taken in any match anywhere.
What, Don Givens?
Yeah.
I was playing cricket that afternoon up at Shirecliff, which is where Sheffield United's
You're
training
playing
ground is now.
cricket. Your lads are in a life or death situation and you're playing cricket and you
Yeah.
pretend you're United.
I know everybody's ears was to the radio. Somebody said, "Oh, they've got a penalty." So we all stopped playing for a few seconds. And then we're all down in the dumps.
Should have been John Matthews, shouldn't it?
Correct.
yeah, he bottled it.
Bottled it out.
Yeah. So go on, Lol.
Right, we'll continue with the football from this week. Now, Chelsea, they won the Champions League for the second time after beating Manchester City 1-0 in a thrilling final in Porto. Kai Havertz scored the winner before half-time, beating goalkeeper Ederson to Mason Mount's excellent pass before scoring. in surviving 7 minutes of injury time after the 90 minutes was up, gave manager Thomas Tuchel his first trophy with Chelsea. Now, Brentford, with 2 goals in the opening 20 minutes, ended their 74-year exile from the top flight by beating Swansea 2-0 in the Championship playoff final. After a history of failure in the playoffs, it was the first time Brentford have ever been promoted this way at the 10th attempt. What was somebody saying then?
So it was a good game.
Yeah. Now, in
They
the other
deserved their
playoff,
opportunity.
Blackpool, they've returned to the Championship after a 6-year absence by beating Lincoln City in the League One playoff final at Wembley. Lincoln had the perfect start when Ollie Turton put the ball into his own net within 50 seconds of the kickoff. But Blackpool scored twice with 2 goals from Kenny Dougal to win the match 2-1.
He's oblivious. Lol,
Hello.
I'm ready.
You walked down to Peach like that, Keith. What's different?
Keith did a job like that.
Keith, can I borrow them for Morecambe?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
The mighty have fallen.
Morecambe and Fleetwood on that coast.
Oh, Lord.
yeah. Morecambe's ground is tiny.
It is. Now, talking about Morecambe, they all play in the Football League 3rd tier for the first time in their history, when a contentious penalty scored by Carlos Mendes Gomez sent them into League One at the expense of Newport County.
Did anybody see that?
Shocking.
Did anybody see that game?
Yeah, saw the penalty.
All the highlights on Quest.
The Newport keeper should have been sent off. And a penalty to, sorry, not Newport. The Morecambe keeper should have been sent off and a penalty to Newport. He punched he went out to punch the ball, missed the ball completely and punched the Newport attacker straight in the face. What were referee and his assistant looking at?
You're a top-notch referee as well, Madeley.
Had a bad game.
It's the most clear-cut penalty I've seen in many a year. It was ridiculous. And then one that was given, the guy dived.
And they were outside area, probably.
Yeah.
Well, he might have been leaning into the area, but he dived. It was awful.
Apparently it's happened to Newport before as well. Yeah. It's happened to Newport before. Was it a couple of years ago or something?
Yeah. But that one in the first half when the keeper punched the attacker, he should be banned, that referee. He'll not get any games in Newport for a while.
We might not get out alive.
No. Anyway, go on. Sorry, my rant's over.
I know, well, I'm just going to continue with that. After a goalless 90 minutes, the penalty came early in the second half of extra time to win the Shrimps promotion. Now, Tottenham, they've made contact with former manager Mauricio Pochettino about a return to the club. The 49-year-old Argentinian, who was sacked by Spurs in November 2019 after 5 years in charge, was appointed manager of Paris Saint-Germain in January. But PSG failed to win the League One title for only the second time in 9 seasons, as well as losing to Man City in the Champions League semi-finals. But I think they're refusing to let him go anyway.
I don't know how Tottenham got cheap.
Why would you go back to a team that sacked you?
Yeah.
Another £300,000 it might.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that's only thing, but I don't.
A lot of managers have done that, Keith, over the years.
Especially when Real Madrid are going to come knocking.
But they haven't got any money either.
No.
Well, talking about Real Madrid, Zidane says he resigned as Real Madrid manager because he felt the club no longer had any faith in him. The Frenchman left La Liga club for the second time in his coaching career last Thursday. after failing to win a trophy during the 2021 season. And Manchester City striker Sergio Aguero is to join Barcelona on a 2-year contract at the end of June. The 32-year-old Argentinian leaves City after 10 years at the club, in which time he became their all-time leading scorer with 260 goals in 390 games, which is some going, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't understand how Barcelona keep attracting these guys who are past their peak. They seem to get the last.
And he's got a massive buyout clause as well in his contract, a massive buyout clause.
Well, FSG's policy is to buy young, 20-year-olds and make something of them. Whereas Barcelona seem to go to the other end of the spectrum. It still works, but it's interesting. Perhaps it isn't.
And just to finish off, John mentioned that book about Garrick and Stuart Imlach. Now you'll not see that photo very clearly, but that's Harry Gregg driving at Steve Imlach's feet. And in the background, there's Charlie Williams, centre half for Doncaster Rovers.
Wow.
So that's the days when Harry Gregg played for Doncaster in goal. And Charlie Williams was centre half before he became a comedian in the clubs.
Yeah.
Anybody see him, by the way, in the
players
clubs?
who did it all the way around. They become comedians with us.
Right.
I mentioned Trent Alexander-Arnold, which is the hot topic, lol, in Liverpool, being picked by Southgate or not.
They say not, don't they? This morning.
Saying not, yep.
The groundswell is that he'll miss out.
Yeah, you have to say that Champions League final, both Reece James and Ben Chilwell played brilliant.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, he's pulled out today as well, Greenwood.
has he?
He's got an injury, yeah.
Right.
It's a shame.
Aye. Is that it then, Lol?
Yeah, we can have your quiz about animals or something, whatever you mentioned.
Yeah. All right. Yes,
Okay,
Chris.
I've just got a couple of updates, Keith, just very briefly. First of all, Len Badger. It may be known in the group, but I have been told reliably his funeral is on Friday, the 11th of June.
Right. Okay.
And such is the is interest the right word? It is likely to be streamed, but I don't yet have any details.
Where's it
That
at,
link,
Chris?
Keith, Chris, when you get one?
The minute I know more, I will share it with anyone who's interested. But it is on Friday the 11th, and I believe it will be streamed. I also understand that people will be allowed to go to Bramall Lane, but they're very, very concerned about the crowd and COVID and all the other things. So that's
where's the service? Do you know?
Keith, I don't know at the moment.
Okay.
All right. Just thought the group might be interested. The other one.
Sorry, Chris, that's interesting. I was just reading
Yes.
a chapter of a book before we came on, a Nicholas Montserrat book, and the heading of the chapter I've just read is 11th of June.
Oh.
Yeah, coincidence. Yeah.
Wow, spooky.
Wow.
Yeah.
The other one is tomorrow. Throughout America is Lou Garrick Day. We've mentioned Lou Garrick, or I have several times. There's Lou batting in one of his famous games. He's only the third player in the history of baseball in America to be given the honor of having a day named forever after him. It is tomorrow. I have seen that it is the games. It's a double header. The games are being broadcast on BT Sports 1 because of the time difference. The first game in this country is at midnight on Wednesday tomorrow. So the opening ceremony or whatever they do could be interesting. I've got it on record. And the following day is the second game at the Yankee Stadium. Looking at it, I think it starts at 1 o'clock in America, so it's being shown live on BT Sports 1 at 6 o'clock at night. So that's the second game of the doubleheader for Lou Garrick to raise awareness for motor neuron disease and research into that awful disease for which he died at 37. So that's just a thing about Lou. And the other thing is sports films. I've found 2 good sports films. They're both on Sky Comedy on Friday, this Friday.
1966 Cup final.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's all right. I've gone thick. I don't get that
where
one.
you live as well.
I don't get that one.
Sorry.
Wednesday played in it.
Oh, it's that day, is
They
it?
played for an hour.
Okay. I should have remembered that. The 2 films, if anyone's interested, one is called at 5 o'clock on Sky Comedy on Friday, is The Longest Yard with starring Adam Sandler. That's actually the modern remake of Mean Machine, which starred Burt Reynolds. And this film actually has Burt Reynolds in it, if you're interested. He plays a different character. I haven't seen The Longest Yard, but I have seen Mean Machine about 30 times. It's a wonderful film. The other film is Jerry Maguire, which a lot of people will have seen. It's one of my favourites. When we've talked about coincidences and cross-referencing, Glenn Frey of the Eagles fame is in Jerry Maguire. And he plays one of the soccer managers that Tom Cruise's character tries to negotiate with. Glenn Frey of the Eagles is in Jerry Maguire, and his son now, Deacon, has taken his father's place in the Eagles and is currently touring with the current Eagles. So just a bit of trivia, but two potentially very good films.
Yeah.
Thanks, Keith.
Are we ready for this extraordinary quiz?
Thank you, Lol. Thank you, Lol.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lol.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
I remember you there. I remember it.
So just to start off with, number 1 was United fullback.
Badger.
Playing Badger. Yeah. So you get the.
I didn't even understand the question.
What is the question?
Sports stars with animals in their names.
Oh, got you. Right, okay.
And it's, I think they're all in the surname. Okay. So, Wolves and England striker.
Bull.
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 Steve Bull, yeah. Man City and Rotherham striker.
Goater.
John Goater.
John Goater, yeah.
Feed the goat.
Summer Bee.
Aye.
I haven't got that
Very
one.
true.
Yeah. Leeds striker.
Pardon?
Key.
Sorry, dirty Leeds striker.
Thank you.
Peacock.
Don Key.
Alan Peacock.
We'll give a
Ex-Wednesday
prize.
player.
If
Ex-Wednesday
anybody
player.
gets this, I'll give you a prize.
Is it not Alan Peacock then?
No, it's not Alan Peacock.
Right.
Although it is, Paul.
I
They're
think so.
going back a long time in
It
years,
is.
Keith.
I have got him later. He was question number 18.
Oh, I'm claiming my prize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith, what year are we talking about with this player? What era did he play in?
80s, 90s.
Oh. Cool.
I'll give you a bigger clue. He once scored the goal of the season on Match of the Day.
Oh. Ebola. Is it?
No.
Ebola? No.
Yeboah.
Close.
Yeah, you.
Yeboah, yeah, which is a desert kangaroo rat.
Well done, John. Are you
I'm
making that
thinking,
up?
I might have got the name wrong here. I've got Tony Kubu.
Tony? Oh.
Kubu.
No, Yeboah.
Who are you, boy?
All right. I thought Kubu. There's a
Aye.
player. There's a
It's
player
Mick.
somewhere.
Mixed
It's Mick.
Mixed bag.
Mixed bag.
There's a player somewhere called Yakubu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
What
feed the
animal is
yak.
that?
Yakubu.
Yeah.
Feed the
Kubu.
yak and he will score.
What's he? Oh, Yak Ubu.
Yeah.
Well, it's the
Yes.
Portsmouth, didn't it?
That's painful.
Alright.
It
Sorry.
is.
Yeah.
A Burnley winger. I think he played for Wednesday at one time as well.
Burnley winger played for Wednesday.
The fullback played for Wednesday, Fox.
Aye.
Well, I've got him as a goalkeeper.
Yeah. Peter Fox.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Have you got,
That
have you
comes
got this
later
clip
on.
from the Bulgarian?
the fullback, Fox.
Come on, the Burnley winger. I think he was on. He went to Wednesday on loan. I think.
What year?
So did 500 other players.
He flew there and back. That's a clue.
Cuckoo.
Eagles.
Bird.
Eagle. Chris Eagle.
Yes, Chris
Oh, yeah.
Eagle.
Oh yeah, one of my favourite players.
Yeah, scored brilliant goal against Dirty Leeds United in a night match. Brilliant goal.
Birmingham and for a short time, Blades striker.
Horsfield.
Yes, Jeff Horsfield. Yeah. And Wednesday goalkeeper.
Peter Fox. Yeah.
Fox.
How about a 1930s Wednesday inside forward?
Darling.
Yeah,
Ronnie
Ron
Sterling.
Sterling.
Ronnie Sterling.
Well done.
Bit before my time. I
Manchester,
think.
Manchester City goalkeeper.
Hart.
Troutman.
Your heart.
Yeah.
No,
Who
Your
said
heart.
Troutman?
sorry, 1950s.
Who said Troutman?
Trout.
Morgan said
Trout.
Troutman.
Oh,
Trout.
that's a good one. I didn't,
Yeah, good one. That.
Hearts
yeah,
are better.
it's not him.
It's not Troutman.
No,
Wow.
it was quick.
Swift.
Frank Swift.
Frank
Yeah,
Swift.
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
A 1930s Arsenal and England centre forward.
Drake. Ted Drake.
Ted
Ted
Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ted Drake. Yeah.
A United fullback in the Bassett era.
That's
I once seen him score at Blackpool as it happened.
Were he carrying a bucket and spade?
Yeah. Dave, you should get this one.
No.
Caught enough.
On.
You've caught enough.
Oh, Pike.
Martin Pike.
All right, yeah.
A 1970s United winger. Part of the great team.
Salmons.
Salmons.
Yeah, Jeff Salmons.
Oh, yeah.
Winger.
Yeah.
1 to
1960s Wednesday centre half.
Swan.
One.
Peter Swan, yeah. An ex-Wednesday and Everton and Wednesday centre back.
Oh, Lions.
Yeah,
Mick
Lions,
Lions.
yeah.
Lions. Mick Lions.
Player.
Very good player. Until Graham Souness took him out.
A West,
You buy him a
I
drink.
think West Ham, I think he was a forward.
West Ham. You say?
Yeah,
West Ham.
yeah. His first name was Brian.
Yeah.
Deere. Brian Deere.
Brian Deere, yeah. It's a pity Jonathan's not here. Coventry manager.
John Sillett.
Sillett. No, that's not.
No,
Robbins.
can't think
Robin.
of many animals.
Mark Robbins.
Robbins.
Yeah,
Robbins.
All right.
yeah. Peterborough's former Owls defender. It's like drawing teeth, this.
So it's more famous for Peterborough than he is for Wednesday then?
No, I still recommend. I still remember him. It was a very tall, gangly centre half.
Come on, John.
No, I'm thinking. All
Go on,
scroll
John.
very tough, but that's not an animal.
No, this is he's still playing for Peterborough. He played for Millwall as well.
Really?
Oh,
Hmm.
First name's Mark.
Beavers.
Still, Mark
Beavers.
Oh,
Beavers.
Beavers. Beavers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
what, the one that got away. Classy footballer, him.
Beavers.
You've already mentioned the 1960s Middlesbrough Dirty Leeds and England player,
Peacock.
Alan Peacock, yeah. How about a 1960s and 70s football referee?
Partridge.
Yeah.
Partridge.
Well
yeah.
done.
Good
Well done.
effort.
How about a 1990s football referee? Ooh, silence. Dave. tip
Yeah,
it.
could do with Brian here. My memory's not good enough. Brian, where are you?
It is Brian.
It is Brian.
Is it?
Coddington.
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 Oh, dear.
Oh, that's a classic.
Oh,
That is a
should have done that
classic.
when he was here.
I'm glad he wasn't here.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
An England spinner.
Swan.
Graham Swan, yeah. An England fast bowler.
Lamb, we've not got wrong one.
I think he played for Yorkshire as well.
Side bottom.
God.
Hoggard.
Hog.
Yeah,
Oh,
Hoggard.
God.
Hoggard.
Oh,
Hoggard.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blimey.
An England wicket keeper.
Bear
Jack
Stool.
Russell. Jack
No,
Russell.
Bear Stool.
Jack Russell.
Bear Stool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Best.
I'd rather have best.
Not as well. Could have had
You
not.
make it.
Yeah.
Not, yeah.
England batsman.
Lamb.
No.
Yeah, Alan Lamb.
Question
about-
about South Africa.
Yeah,
Cowdrey. Cowdrey.
former Yorkshire
Cowdrey.
and
Cowdrey, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, Cowarth. Didn't think of that one. Former Yorkshire Australian batsman.
Yorkshire Australian.
Well, he's an Australian who played for Yorkshire as well. Not that long ago. In fact, it might even still be current.
Pilchard.
It's a
Language
bird.
sympathy.
Finch.
Aaron Finch.
Aaron
Yeah.
Finch.
How about a cricket umpire?
Dicky Bird.
Dicky Bird.
Dicky Bird, yeah. How about one for Paul here? Big Paul, British boxer in the 1940s.
1940s. Excuse me.
He's on phone.
Okay, answer.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Woodcock. Bruce Woodcock.
Bruce
Yeah.
Woodcock, yeah.
Correct. Good answer.
I went to school with his
1920.
son.
How about, who did?
I did.
Who said that?
Keith.
You went to school with Bruce Woodcock's son?
Yeah, I think it was his son, yeah. Or his
Crikey.
grandson. Yeah, Doncaster.
Yeah.
Was he,
Yeah. that'd be-
was he a chip off the old block?
Well, not well, he wasn't a boxer, but it was quite a chunky lad,
Right.
well built lad.
Okay. So, 1920s heavyweight boxing champion.
Don Cockle.
I did think of that one, but Don Cockle was later than that.
Oh, was it? Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tunney.
Yes, Gene Tunney.
G. Tunney.
Yeah.
Mm.
How about a 1930s heavyweight boxing champion?
Max Bear.
Mike's Bear, yeah.
Mm.
We're into Ian's territory now. 1960s England Rugby Union Centre.
Duckham.
What year?
Duckham.
Duckham.
David Duckham, yeah. How about a professional skateboarder?
Oh, come on.
That's not.
You're having a laugh.
I'm not. He's probably the most famous skateboarder in the world.
Ostrich.
That doesn't narrow it down for me.
I couldn't name a one.
Yeah, giraffe.
No,
Pelican.
he's extremely famous.
As a
He's made
what?
films as well.
Made films.
I think so.
George Clooney.
No. No. His first name is Tony.
You both.
No, right, okay. It's Tony.
Robinson.
Curtis.
Curtis. I was
No,
gonna
it's
say
Tony Hawk.
What?
His name,
Not Tony Hawk.
Oh, the comedian.
Oh,
No,
Tony
no.
Hawk.
What? The Tony Hawk?
the Tony Hawk.
Oh.
Who wrote the book Around Ireland with a Fridge?
I should have got that. I've got
right.
a rugby one, Keith. I've got another rugby one. If you're struggling,
Well, these last two.
are they rugby?
No, these last two. It's the first name that we're after.
I've got a really
Obviously,
good rugby
one's
one.
an American golfer,
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods, yeah. And
Yes, surname.
the final one is the 1930s British tennis player.
What, Fred Perry?
Nope.
Right.
Don't forget, it's the first name this time. We'll ask Paul again, then boxing ones.
Go on. Sorry about that interruption.
It's all right. While you're thinking about that 1930s British tennis player, we'll just ask Paul about these these boxing ones again. British boxer in the 1940s, Paul.
What weight?
Oh.
I have no idea.
He was a big lad.
I'm only interested in big lads.
He might have been a big lad. His son went to school with Keith Jackson.
Ah. Doncaster.
No, not got it.
No.
His name's Bruce.
Oh, Woodcock.
Yep, there you go. Second one was 1920s heavyweight boxing champion.
1920s.
I can't remember what answer were.
Yeah. The long count. The long count, Paul.
Dempsey.
No.
Ask him about the skateboard.
The long
Yeah,
count.
the other one involved in the long count.
Yeah, Dempsey were involved in that.
Yeah, the one who beat him.
Tunney, Gene Tunney.
Yep, Gene
That's it.
Tunney.
Well done.
Yep, yep.
Hello, mate.
How about a 1930s heavyweight boxing champion?
19th. Well, Joe Louis were in 30s.
Yeah.
Animal.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. Yeah,
Who beat him?
Who pipped Joe
Who
Louis?
beat Joe Louis?
Matt Schmeling.
Yeah.
You were halfway there.
Max is right.
Oh, Louis. Max Baer. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hi, doggy.
Yeah. Right, so we now back to the 1930s British tennis player. And it's his first name that we're after.
What's his second name?
I'm not sure if they manufactured a car after his name.
Austin.
Hey?
Buddy Austin.
Bunny Austin.
Bunny Austin.
Bunny Austin. Bunny
Oh, Bunny
Austin.
Austin.
Done.
There we are.
Good
So
one, that Keith. Thank you.
Ian, rugby player, record points scorer at one stage, might still be kicker, played cricket.
Rob
Hare.
Dusty.
Oh, Dusty Hare.
Played with him.
played him.
Played with him.
Who
Yeah, I
did?
played
Who
with him.
said that?
Keith
I
and I
did.
did. Keith and I did.
Yeah.
Was you a rugby player as well, Keith?
No, played cricket with him.
Cricket.
All right.
Played at Retford with him.
So that's my attempt at a quiz. Just to.
It was a very good attempt.
Enjoyed
Very
it.
good attempt. Excellent.
Here's one for you, Keith. Another rugby player played on the wing from England for England. First name Ted.
Fisher. Fisher.
Not Roach, but
Was it Paul?
not Roach, but
Chubb.
Right, bye.
Right.
Rudd.
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 He
Chapel.
played at Liverpool. Before I got in the team.
Right, as we're approaching the last minute, let me just give you a reminder about next week when Jonathan's going to tell us about his musical career. So it should be fascinating.
Brilliant. Yeah.
It'd be
I know
very
he's
good.
been involved in some quite spectacular films, so I understand. So
It will be really good.
so I'm looking forward to it already.
Yeah.
John and myself, John's organised. We're going to see Barry this afternoon. So we'll
Don't
get-
if you fancy nipping across, Dave.
I'm busy, John, actually. I'm still really busy. I've been decorating, gardening. Unbelievable.
She's a slave driver. She's a slave driver, that woman.
You're right.
Decorating the garden.
She's been up since 5 o'clock every morning with
Yeah.
dog.
Is she?
Right.
And then,
So we're
yeah,
less
then
than a
we-
minute, chaps.
we go up into the woods for an
Oh,
hour and a
yeah.
half.
Right.
Those days have gone, haven't they?
We'll see you next week.
Right.
Right.
Too much information.